What's up, fight fans? This is Kurtaville with Counterpunch Boxing News, and this is the official fight study and prediction of Vasili Lomachenko versus Teofimo Lopez Jr. Okay, now, a lot of people have been waiting for me to give my prediction of this fight. Okay, and I think this fight is going to be a very good fight for a while, or how long it lasts. Okay, and I'll explain in detail. You have Vasili Lomachenko, 32 years of age. Then you have Teofimo Lopez, 23. 15-0, 12 knockouts, no losses, no draws for Teofimo. Loma's record, I know he has one loss. I think he has 15 wins also. But understand, his knockouts has actually made people, he's made people quit. So his record is, looking it up now, 15 fights, 14 wins, 10 by KO, and 1 loss. So basically, you have these guys, and professionally, they're neck and neck. Okay, 32 years of age, 23 years of age, around the same height. I'm not sure about length or reach, rather. And what do I think about this fight? I think this fight is a very dangerous fight for Lomachenko, and I think this is a very enlightening fight for Teofimo. Teofimo is not just another fighter. Why? Because this particular fighter in Teofimo Lopez is a guy that's claiming not only to beat Vasili Lomachenko. He says that he knows there's 3 or 4 different ways to beat Lomachenko, which 15 people really, not 14, because Orlando Salido was one of those people that couldn't really figure him out. I think that was more of a style or a strategy to get Lomachenko off his game. Hit him below the belt, foul him, rough him up, tough him up, frustrate him a little bit, because, he had to fight the ref and he had to fight dirty blows and stuff like that from that guy. So I don't really look at that fight as far as saving grace. But I do look at the Linares fight. The Linares fight, he was at 135 and he just got there and he fought someone quick, fast like that and throws rapid shots. Okay. Now, before anybody starts, people say, well, you know what? Linares can put him down. Like Teofimo Lopez Sr. said, Linares can put him down, so why can't my son? I didn't say he couldn't. But the chances of him doing that versus Linares is a guy that throws 5 or 6 punches. And Lomachenko got hit with punches like that because he was in the pocket. Now, that's a bad place to be if you're against a guy that can punch like Teofimo. Okay? But the good thing about Teofimo for Lomachenko, Teofimo does not waste shots. He doesn't throw a bunch of punches. Now, I have heard that Teofimo won't let him rest, and so he will fight him like Orlando Salido. But that would make more sense because he's not as quick as someone like Linares. So Linares delivering a right hand doesn't mean that Teofimo is going to throw that same straight up the pipe hand, because Lomachenko is known to come straight up the middle, especially when he's trying to create openings or he's searching and probing for openings. And he does that. And he does that with foot speed, but his defense is on high when he's doing it. So when you think that you're going to go in there and hit Lomachenko just because he's coming forward, you got another thing coming. So the thing of Teofimo, of course, Teofimo has a puncher's chance, but he states by his own admission, I have 4 ways to beat this cat. You know what that means? That means he has made a high expectation of himself. Okay, that's what makes it so intriguing. And he times those shots. He knows he has an IQ, but we don't know what the IQ is until you get in there with someone with a very high IQ. That's the only way we're going to know that. So there's a big question mark with that, a big one, because we don't know if he can time Lomachenko, but he's going to have to. Lomachenko has the speed, so you can time speed. You can beat speed with timing, rather, okay? And those punches will be needed. And I don't think he will be able to outbox Lomachenko. But again, he said by his own admission, he's able to beat him 4 ways. So if he's able to do that, I would be highly impressed. But if Teofimo Lopez wins, okay, I feel it would be by knockout, by massive knockout. You know what I'm thinking this fight could be like? This fight could be like Randansai versus Chocolatito. It could be like that because Chocolatito, being the smaller guy like his father, like Lopez Sr. has said, ain't nobody from 126 beating my son. Why do you think he said that? Because he knows that ain't his weight. That ain't his normal fighting weight. Okay? Now, has Lomachenko acclimated? Well, yeah. But then again, Teofimo Lopez is a big boned guy. You know what I mean? He's Gotti built. He ain't no small dude. You know what I'm saying? He's not a small dude. He's to come down in weight. Anybody that talks about going to another weight class, either you have problems making that weight or you're bigger than the fighting class you're in. Okay, so that's what we're dealing with in that regard. But as far as Teofimo Lopez, his keys to victory, I feel, time the shots and catch Lomachenko. But it's like Leonardo DiCaprio. Catch me if you can. Unless Lomachenko gets cocky, then that will always give Teofimo Lopez something. But here's the problem. Let's say that Teofimo Lopez can't beat him 4 ways. He can only beat him 1 way, and that 1 way comes down to the brutal truth of knocking this guy out. Well, in that case, things could happen for Teofimo that he might put himself in a situation that he might not like. Why? Because at that point, he would have to be throwing punches. And then when you start throwing punches on Lomachenko, he starts to gather, okay, what type of punches you're throwing, how you're throwing them, why you're throwing them, and I think then he can create openings on himself. Teofimo Lopez is a tough guy too. Can he take those punches? This is going to be a very good fight. So, I feel, before I say that, let me throw this in this pot. Put this on the table. Lomachenko has been down. And you see he was stunned after Leonidas put him on the seat of his arse. Right? Okay. So we know he can be dropped. We know, not saying he has a questionable chin, but I guess, and I would bet money that Teofimo Lopez can hit harder than Leonidas. But this is not you hit me, I hit you kind of deal. Okay, the punch that Leonidas landed was a straight right. Can Teofimo Lopez emulate that type of right hand, that Juan Manuel Marquez punch? He's going to need that against Vasili Lomachenko. Okay, in case you guys don't know, if you've been under a rock for the last 8 years, Manny Pacquiao, being a southpaw like Lomachenko, was knocked out 6th round, 2 minutes and 59 seconds of that fight. Got knocked out cold with a right hand. Okay, by Marquez. And Manny Pacquiao's faster than Marquez. Marquez timed the punch. That's what Teofimo Lopez has to do. But when someone sees something and they see the relevance, okay, and they see it being a possibility, that gives you that confidence. You've seen it happen. Like the next person that Wilder fights, they're going to be confident that they can do what Tyson Fury did. Those type of things happen when you see something that's already been done. That pioneer, that person with faith, determination, fear, right? Was able to do something that no one else did. It's already been done with Lomachenko. He's already been down. Okay, but but he was stunned, but was he hurt? How does Lomachenko fight hurt? Does he go out like Comey? This is going to be a great fight. So, prediction, keys of victory. Teofimo Lopez, knockout early, first 4 or 5 rounds. Lomachenko, late. Decision or late stoppage. But that's when things that's supposed to go a certain way doesn't for Team Lopez. So I'm very interested to see what Lopez is going to do with his fantastic 4 ways of beating Lomachenko. That's my counterpunch on that. You guys tell me what you think. Leave your comments below. Hit that bell icon, and you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.